What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today is going to be a little bit different because I'm an idiot and I accidentally recorded a whole video with my mic on mute, and it was the Jabari Parker Bulls rebuild. So I feel pretty stupid about it, but I'm not going to delete footage. I'm just going to do a post recording over this rebuild in the background. I'm just going to be talking about a few things at the top of my head about NBA free agency and kind of reflect on it, and just talk about some other things. But of course, I'm going to go ahead and start with Jabari Parker to the Chicago Bulls. And it looks like Jabari Parker has signed a 2-year, $40 million deal with the Chicago Bulls, and the second year being a team option. So this is a low-risk, high-reward situation for Chicago. No doubt, this is low-risk, high-reward. If Jabari Parker goes out and has a beast season, they could potentially decline a team option and then maybe negotiate a contract. And if he gets hurt again or, just doesn't play very well, they can decline his team option once again and just say, man, we don't want you anymore. So it's been good, but see you later. Basically, that's what they can do. So they basically aren't taking an L in this situation at all. Now, the question is, how will they fit Jabari Parker into their lineup? A lot of people are saying he's probably going to play the 3, which I don't argue against. I think it's something he could potentially do. So I do play him at the 3 in this video. So obviously I already have Lauri Markkanen at the 4, and Wendell Carter Jr. is expected to be the center. So I really think that plugging in Jabari at the 3, which is something they could use anyway, is ideal. So I don't argue against that, which is a great thing. But as far as everyone else in the NBA, I mean, there's still some free agents out there left. Marcus Smart has yet to sign a contract. Isaiah Thomas was out there for a little while, but of course he just signed with the Denver Nuggets recently. But talk about a guy that was expecting to make max money and demanding, not really demanding, but showing signs that he wants max money, showing hints that he wants to get paid. And then it comes out when it's his free agency. Like when he was with the Celtics, he was on the same contract, of course, right? And then, after this season, he's like, you know what? I'm about to hit free agency. If I have another season like I did this last year, then you know what? I'm going to get some money. I'm going to get paid. And it didn't work out like that. He got traded. Danny Ainge obviously did not want to pay Isaiah Thomas and was very concerned about his hip. And it just didn't work out, and the Celtics are off doing bigger and better things. And Isaiah Thomas is sitting here, was expecting to, probably get a better contract than he got. He went from making less money than he already was. Like, he was making $6 million a season on his last contract. I think that the Kings gave to him. I think it was the Kings that gave him that contract extension a long time ago. But he was making like $6 million for 4 seasons or something like that, or $6 million every season for 4 seasons, which I'm trying to say. And then he comes out and signs a $2 million with the Denver Nuggets, 1 year. Absolutely insane how crazy Isaiah Thomas's career has digressed. Like, I don't know, man. It's just wild to think about that Isaiah Thomas just signed for $2 million. And I'm really excited to see where Marcus Smart lands as well, because he's a nice energy player. He will leave it all on the floor for you. I do expect him to possibly be back on the Boston Celtics. Just depends on the offer he gets. If a team like the Sacramento Kings offers Marcus Smart $20 million a season, you know damn well the Celtics are not matching that, which I don't think the Kings would be that stupid, but who knows? Probably won't give him $20 million, but they could probably give him potentially like $10 million, $12 million. I don't know if the Celtics would match that. I'm not sure. It's definitely going to be interesting to see where Marcus Smart goes. We still have Jamal Crawford, who's a free agent. Clint Capella has yet to be paid from the Rockets. I don't see Clint Capella going anywhere else besides Houston, even if he has to play on that qualifying offer, which I believe he probably will. But we'll see. We'll see for sure. And one thing I do want to dive in talking to you guys about, and potentially one day, and I don't know when this day is, but this video is, kind of leading into that. But this video, I kind of want to introduce the idea. I kind of wanted to potentially one day, maybe soon, maybe later, maybe wait till I grow this channel a little bit more. I wanted to start a second channel where it was just talk, like basketball talk. That's all I want to do. I just want to talk about basketball. This one's obviously my 2K rebuild channel, which you guys love. But I'm not sure. I mean, I've tried to, include some, talk about the NBA videos before. There was even a point where I quit rebuilds, and I was like, you know what, I'm done with rebuilds. I'm just going to be a talk channel, which it didn't work out. I obviously always return to rebuilds, which I love rebuilds. It can get repetitive, but I mean, I'm having a lot of success with it, so you can't complain too much. So one day, potentially, I do want to start a second channel where I just talk about basketball. It just, whatever, like maybe a podcast or just me talking to the camera, whatever. Like, maybe like kind of how King of the Fourth Quarter does. All he does is just talk ball, which that would be absolutely fun because I love to talk about basketball. It's one of my favorite sports to watch along with football, and I love to talk about basketball. I'm more of a basketball channel. I love talking about basketball more because, I don't know, I just like NBA. I think I enjoy NBA a lot. I think it's a longer season, which helps out as well compared to football. But, you know, enough about football. I just want to potentially bring, you know, slide that idea next to you guys. What do you guys think about me potentially one day starting a NBA talk channel? That would be absolutely, I think, fun for me. If you guys are into that, maybe a second channel or maybe just something else where I just like a different platform where I just talk about basketball, which is something I do want to do one day. It's definitely in the cards. Like, I do want to try it one day. Not sure when. I just want to see if you guys would be into that. But other than that, still talking about NBA free agency. Obviously, we have LeBron going to the Lakers, which I was kind of surprised. I mean, you know, the Lakers are always talked about to get that free agents, right? They're like the top market free agents, and they never do. They always struck out. But of course, now that Magic Johnson's there, things probably helped them out a little bit more with Magic Johnson being there. So they didn't strike out this time. They landed LeBron James, and then they gave out a lot of $1 million deals to, or not 1 million, 1 year deals to a lot of the other guys they signed, which obviously opens the door for them to have cap space next year, which is a good thing for the Lakers because they need cap space because they're potentially going to want to sign another superstar next to LeBron James next year. But LeBron being the only one this offseason from the Lakers that was signed to a multi-year deal, being 4 seasons. So definitely am happy for LeBron. And it seems like he just made a family decision. It wasn't about winning championships. Although, I mean, of course, I'm sure he still does want to win championships. But this was more about just, you know, doing what's best for his family and living in LA. And his son, you know, going to LA already. So definitely a great decision by LeBron James. Now, the craziest thing that happened this offseason, of course, was DeMarcus Cousins to the Warriors. I was just speechless that day. I think it was July 3rd, July 4th, and I was absolutely speechless. Like, I couldn't believe what I just read. DeMarcus Cousins signing with the Warriors for $5 million. Like, you know, that's a lot of money still for some of us. But, of course, we thought DeMarcus Cousins was going to get, like, maybe around 20 mil, 30 mil. We thought DeMarcus Cousins for sure was about to get a lot of money this offseason, despite his Achilles injury. I understand why maybe some teams didn't want to give him a contract because of that Achilles. You know, Achilles is not an easy injury to come back from, but wow. DeMarcus Cousins, you know what, was like, you know what? No one wants to pay me in the NBA. I'm going to put the whole NBA on hostage and sign with the Warriors to just make them better, which is crazy. You know what? It's whatever. I mean, the Warriors potentially still could have won without him next year. They're still a dominant team. But eventually, the Golden State Warriors are going to have to choose. They have 5 All-Stars. They can't keep them all. They can't keep them all, for sure. There's no way they keep them all. Draymond Green has already expressed interest in getting a hefty contract, getting a max contract, matter of fact. And Klay Thompson, he's been open into taking pay cuts, but I mean, they're going to have to choose between DeMarcus Cousins, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. They're going to probably keep Curry and KD, of course. As long as KD wants to stay there, I'm sure they'll keep keeping KD. But, man, absolutely insane how good the Warriors are about to be next season. And, you know, who knows? Maybe it might mess up the chemistry. Like, that's definitely not very realistic. I think that their chemistry will be fine. But, I don't know, man. It's crazy. That was a crazy day for sure. But other free agency signings, maybe like we have Paul George going back to the Thunder, which I was kind of shocked. I thought Paul George for sure was going to go back to the, or not go back, or go to the Lakers, because that's been a rumor for like 3 years. I mean, it's been a rumor for a long time, and he didn't even do it. It was just kind of weird. Kawhi Leonard, of course, hasn't been traded yet. On the San Antonio Spurs still. Has not been traded. I don't know if Greg Popovich will trade him, or I mean, I guess maybe not. Is Greg Popovich... Does he do that? I'm sure he does. I'm sure he has a say, but I don't know if he's really the president of basketball operations for them as well. Someone have to let me know in the comment section. But for sure, Kawhi Leonard still being on the Spurs is kind of interesting. I'm sure he will be traded sometime this offseason. I'm sure the Spurs are just taking their time. I mean, like, they have no reason to rush trading Kawhi Leonard. The season don't start till October. I think Kawhi has threatened to not even step in the locker room, so you got to think that Kawhi is being traded. So there's no way that he's on the Spurs when the regular season starts, right? I mean, I can't imagine a world where Kawhi is still on the Spurs when the season starts. It would be crazy if he was, that's for sure. I'm not sure how that would work out, but Other than that, what else do we got? I mean, Lance Stevenson joining forces with LeBron James, I thought was pretty crazy too. I didn't think those two would ever, and I mean ever, play together in NBA history. Those two just don't really like each other. LeBron James has never liked Lance Stevenson, but of course now he's on the team with LeBron James. So, you know, they're joining forces instead of playing against each other, which Lance Stevenson was a huge part of the Pacers for like a very long time when LeBron James and the Pacers would meet in the Eastern Conference Finals. So very interesting there. Zach LaVine going back to Chicago Bulls. Jabari Parker joining him as well. And now I could focus kind of more on the Chicago Bulls part of the video. Or, I mean, they've been the whole video, but it's just more talking about them. Zach LaVine, I love them matching the Kings offer for Zach LaVine. I think the Bulls definitely made a good decision by keeping him. There's no way Zach LaVine does not turn into a star. I think this dude's going to become a star. Like I said, if Jabari Parker comes a star next to him, then wow, the Bulls have something good going for them. They still have Lauri Markkanen, Chris Dunn next to him. Wendell Carter Jr., who knows how he'll play. Chandler Hutchinson could be really good one day as well. I think this Bulls team definitely made some good decisions this offseason. I can't wait to see how they play this upcoming season. It's definitely gonna be exciting. I cannot wait for Chicago Bulls. I could potentially, if everything goes right, if Zach LaVine becomes a star, if Jabari Parker plays well, you know, averages 20 points like he did that one season before he got hurt, why can't the Chicago Bulls make the playoffs, right? It's the Eastern Conference. LeBron James is gone now. The Cavaliers, you would think, are going to drop out. You would think Kevin Love would eventually be traded, but who knows? It sounds like the Cavaliers want to keep him, which is kind of weird if you ask me, but I think a team will drop out of the East, obviously, and it could be Cleveland. Does Chicago make the playoffs now that they have Jabari and Zach LaVine there? I think that's something that could, you know, be something that could happen. I wouldn't doubt that. Are the Bucks the best team in the East now? Are the Bucks ready to start to make that jump? I don't know why I just asked if they're the best team in the East. The Celtics obviously are the favorite, and then there's the 76ers and the Raptors. But how about the Bucks? I think they're forgotten about a lot because of how little they exceed in the regular season. They usually don't perform well, which is weird because their roster is talented. They have a lot of talent everywhere. And then Chris Middleton needs to make more of a jump next to Giannis, although he made a huge jump in the playoffs. If he could play like that in the regular season, game in and game out, I think the Bucks have two potential stars. Or, I mean, Giannis is already a star, but Chris Middleton could potentially be an all-star too next to Giannis. And then, of course, they signed Ersan and Brook Lopez, who are two knockdown shooters that could play next to Giannis, which is exactly what they needed. I don't know if Brook Lopez is going to start or come off the bench. Is John Henson going to start? Definitely, the Bucks are definitely due to make a playoff run. Like, they're definitely due. They definitely need to start, you know, trending towards a championship, I think, because the Bucks have Giannis. He's not getting any younger. He is young, though. We'll give you that. Giannis Antetokounmpo is very young, but man, it is time. If I'm the Milwaukee Bucks, it is time to build a team around that guy. Like, it is time to get something going with that team in the East, especially since LeBron is gone. I know I've went back to that a lot, but LeBron James is gone now. He's not even there anymore. There's a lot of teams that can step up in the Eastern Conference now. Are the Raptors going to finally make the NBA Finals? We've talked about this a lot. Are the Raptors going to finally make the Finals? I mean, the Celtics are there, of course, but the team that has stumped them year in and year out is LeBron James. It's the Cavaliers and LeBron James, of course. Obviously, if they meet the Cavaliers this year around, I think it's a different story because LeBron James isn't there. But man, I don't know why. I have a feeling the Raptors definitely should be, you know, throwing a party. They should be, because LeBron James is gone, and that's the guy that's beaten you year in and year out. That stopped you from getting farther. I think you can do it. I think you can do it, Toronto. I mean, there's the Celtics, of course, which I think if they're completely healthy when it gets to the playoffs and they stay healthy, I don't think anyone could beat the Celtics in the Eastern Conference. I just don't. Maybe the 76ers, if they get Kawhi Leonard, which is still a rumor there. It sounds like the 76ers don't want to trade Markelle Fultz away, though, which, you know, it could be something that the 76ers see that we don't see, because right now all we see is, you know, Markelle Fultz not playing and his jumper seems broken. That's all we see. Potentially the 76ers are seeing something else and he's destined for a breakout season. Who knows? We really just don't know. But obviously, as you can see how the rebuild has gone, we're doing well. We're doing pretty well right now, but I want to see if we can make the NBA Finals of the Chicago Bulls, because that'd be crazy. Like I said, I think the Bulls could potentially make the playoffs next year. It's just a matter of how well they perform. And then we're in the Eastern Conference Finals now, facing Jabari's former team in the Milwaukee Bucks. So let's see if we can beat them. Let's go game by game, of course. And then we're going to see if we can beat the Bucks. Like, because if Jabari could beat the Bucks, imagine the revenge. Like, you beat the Bucks, and then you make the NBA Finals. So that'd be cool. But obviously the Bulls probably won't be making the Finals anytime soon because of all the other power teams in the East. But Warriors are up on us 2-1, up 3-1. And this is where I do a simcast, and I think I jump in and get some more gameplay for you guys because you guys do deserve that. But like I said, guys, thank you guys. Your support lately has been so amazing, and I really do appreciate. All right, now I think I was gonna jump in, but I accidentally didn't. But you guys' support in this channel is so amazing. I thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about the second channel idea. I want you guys' support on that as well. You guys are the reason I keep grinding each and every freaking day. You guys' comments mean the world to me. Even those guys that, you know, sometimes criticize me. Constructive criticism is awesome to hear. Even sometimes mean criticism is awesome to hear. But like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you did enjoy it. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. But this is Crushables, and I'm saying peace.